Hi everybody, I'm Rob from Rewind Video.
Bob here.
We're here today with a mini episode on Ridley Scott's new movie, Gladiator II. Bob, you're a Ridley Scott fanboy.
I am known to like Ridley Scott and his things that he does.
You represented Ridley in our Scott family reunion episode.
Sure did.
And I wanted to know, where does the original Gladiator stack up in his body of work?
Near the
for
top.
you? Near the top?
Oh yeah, I think it's a tremendous film. I don't know. Ridley Scott makes some curious movies. He's no stranger to historical epics. And I don't think that this is like masterpiece theater by any means.
The original.
But it's so well done, and it's got an amazing cast. It's so entertaining. I enjoy rewatching it anytime that I get a chance to.
I think if it was masterpiece theater, it wouldn't be as good. It would be boring.
No, yeah. This movie aims to entertain you.
Yes, yeah.
and it does that. So I put this high up there. It doesn't compete with like Blade Runner or Alien for me, but it's still top 5 Ridley.
It's probably near the top, if not the top. I don't know. I like Alien a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's pretty close to the top, if not my favorite Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the Wine Country movie that he did with Russell Crowe.
Which one was that?
A Good Year, I think.
Oh yeah, I missed that one. I love Russ though. I'm a huge fan of Russ.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the sequel, Gladiator II?
A bad movie.
You think it's bad?
Oh yeah. I think it's not a good movie at all. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wanted to love it. And I was even skeptical that we would need another Gladiator. But I thought,
well, I'm positive we don't.
Yeah, I don't think we well, I'm certain we don't need one, especially now. But I thought to myself, okay, well, surely Ridley's not just going to like retread the original, and he's got some interesting ideas, and I don't know how he's going to do it, but if he wants to take another crack at Gladiator, I'm going to get my butt into the seats and see it.
And you did.
I did.
And you didn't like it.
I didn't like it at all. I thought that the best part was the opening credits where they rehashed the scenes from the original movie.
I don't know why. This movie has a real hard-on for the original Gladiator.
That's weird. Throbbing for
That's
the original.
weird to me.
Yeah.
Because you don't need that, because you're already kind of remaking it.
Yeah.
With a slightly different story.
I mean, what I was hoping was that Ridley was like, you know what the world needs more of? Gladiating. Yeah. And I'm going to give it to him. We're just going to separate ourselves from the original, but, Rome was around for a long time, and gladiators were gladiating for a while, so surely there's another gladiator out there who we're going to talk about, and he's got a compelling story, too. It's going to be very different, and that's what we're going to do. And that's not what they did.
The sequel is already connected to the original with the characters and the story. You don't need to keep showing us parts of the old movie.
No. And I mean, the fact that they do that in the opening credits is mildly infuriating for me, because it's just reminding me of all the things that I liked in the original and did not get in the sequel. And one of my other frustrations was how much I felt like Gladiator II was a retread of the original in much the same way The Force Awakens was constantly nodding back at A New Hope. And different story, but lots and lots of parallels. And it's just like, come the fuck on. None of these are as good as the first iteration of it.
Right.
And so I got very frustrated.
I actually didn't, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that it kept showing parts of the old movie during the movie.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we, maybe we didn't need another Gladiator movie, but it's good to have some gladiating in the theaters.
It is.
I liked the fight scenes. I just liked the being back in the old Roman times.
Yeah.
I like the violence of it. It's not as good as the original, not even close. But I don't know. I think it's Ridley Scott's camp comedy version of his original movie. You know, like it's kind of like, well, what if we had sharks? You know, what if we had a rhinoceros?
I mean, I think I would have enjoyed it more if it were more campy and did more of that. Now, I was a little annoyed by the shark scene because not that Gladiator was like trying to be historically accurate, but that's so far from, you know, plausible that they would fill the Colosseum with water and then put sharks, which how the fuck would they have captured them?
Well, they did fill it with water.
I mean...
That's true, although they wouldn't have done it at this point because when they did fill it with water, it was before they had the basements underneath the thing, which we saw in the first movie.
Right.
Which you couldn't have if you're filling it with water. But whatever, I'm okay with that. I don't care.
Yeah. We're not gonna ding Ridley for being historically inaccurate because that was never his intention with either of these movies. But I don't know. Even the fight scenes in the Colosseum just had more significance in the original. And like I felt like I had a deeper relationship with Russell Crowe. I at least understood the different battles that he was you know, participating in and why they were significant. It just nothing. I didn't care about Paul Mescal's character of Lucius. I didn't think that I mean, there's a lot that just pales in comparison to the original for me. And gravity, I think, is one of the big misses. Everything from the first movie just had real significance. You understood that Russell Crowe was a respected general. And then to see him fall and become start from nothing and become a gladiator and rise up again, that roller coaster ride felt significant. And here it didn't. And so I didn't care as much about Paul Mescal's character. I didn't care about Pedro Pascal's character.
Part of that is that Russell Crowe's just awesome.
Yeah, Russell Crowe's so good.
Yeah.
And even, I mean, like Denzel Washington is getting a lot of love for his part in this film. And he's charismatic as usual. But like when I look back at Oliver Reed, who played Proximo in the original, in a similar role, I'll take Oliver Reed.
Yeah. I wish this movie would have gotten even weirder. I wish Denzel, everyone's going like, Denzel's like off his ass. I'm like, yeah, he was a little weird, but like, I wish he would have like really pushed it.
Rob, that script existed. Do you know about the original Gladiator II script?
I know the one you're talking about, right? The Nick Cave script where he like goes to, they should have just done that.
He became a time-traveling warrior zombie.
He like goes to heaven and fights the Roman gods and stuff and like whatever. Like
makes it all the way to World War II.
Dude, they should have just done that. Yeah. That might have been a 5-star movie. But I don't know. I think like I liked Ridley Scott can make an epic action sword movie, and he did, and I was happy to see it. I was happy to be in the theater.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel too long.
Really?
No, not really. Like, yeah.
It was over 2 hours.
It was, yeah, of course. Yeah, the original is too, and like, I don't know.
This is like 10 mintes shorter than the original, I think.
Yeah. And like, I rewatched the original before going to see this in the theater, and I don't like Joaquin Phoenix that much in that movie. Yeah. He just gets on my nerves.
Oh, I love him in that.
I don't know.
Yeah. And that was another thing. Like, I mean, we have another villain emperor or pair of emperors in this one. And like, I don't know, you have good reason to hate Joaquin Phoenix in the original. And like, I guess I'm supposed to hate these guys. Yeah. They seem crazy. But like, I don't know. The whole, the fact that Phoenix killed Marcus Aurelius in the first one, it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm rooting against him.
I think him as an actor just bothers me now. Yeah. I don't know. Like
well, you're touching on another criticism for me, and it's that the original had such a strong supporting cast of characters. I mean, not just Phoenix and Oliver Reed and Djimon Hounsou, but and Connie Nielsen, who shows up in this one again. But even like the German guy who is like among them and becomes a friend to Russell Crowe's character. Like even the non-big names I thought were just so electric the first time around, and I didn't get any of that this time. I wanted it, and I know they were trying to feed it to me with like Denzel and a few of the other characters, but it just didn't hit the same for me.
Get that. I think the criticisms of this movie are hard to argue with.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I everything everyone says, like I didn't like it because of these reasons. I'm like, yeah, that's right. You're right. I still liked it though.
That's fair. I mean, it is what a Hollywood blockbuster should be. It's big, it's epic, it's bombastic, and
swords, sandals.
I did see an article that I didn't get all the way through. I read a good portion of it, but his cinematographer criticized him, and it's the same cinematographer that worked on the original Gladiator with him and several of his other films. But he criticized Ridley after coming out of the sequel for becoming a lazy filmmaker.
Yeah.
Which in the cinematographer's eyes translated to a lot of like multiple camera setups, fewer takes, more CG, and that's something that's great about the original is like we get a lot of practical sets. It was before CG took over in the same way that it exists now. They did have to use it a little bit in order to like bring Oliver Reed back to life because he died during the filming of that. And so they had to finish some of his scenes, but it's present here. You can see it.
He's old. So he's trying to get as many movies made as fast as he can.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my chance, and he has all these ideas.
Yeah.
But also, I think you would be hard pressed to make the case that this movie would look better if somebody else made it.
I don't disagree. I think it would look better if a younger Ridley Scott. Yeah.
But like 84-year-old like Ridley Scott, who's trying to make this movie as fast as he could, it still looks way better than most of the other movies that come out.
That's true. There were some decisions. I mean, like you talked about liking the fact that we're back in Rome and we're getting just like dudes in sandals and like the Colosseum and stuff.
Yep.
But there were some things that, like looking back on the original, I feel like you got more of. I wanted more Rome, and even stuff like set design and costuming. We have a character in this new one who kind of fills the role of Djimon Hounsou's character, who becomes a friend to the Gladiator. In this case, it's the Doctor, who, I mean, like, I had a hard time not laughing in the theater because it looks like he's wearing a flannel with a leather vest that has like vials of different colored potions in the pockets. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me with this guy's outfit? And like, I know I'm supposed to see him as a doctor, but like, this just feels like a CW version of Gladiator to me.
I didn't clock that. I'm gonna find it now. So I guess you're not giving this movie popcorn. You're saying don't go out to the theater.
I am saying
go to Wicked instead.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I am not giving this popcorn. I'm probably being harder on it than I should because I really did love the original and I just wanted Ridley to surprise me again like he did the first time around. But yeah, no popcorn for me. I would say save this for when it's free on a streaming service you own. Don't even rent it.
I'm giving this popcorn. I had a great time. I was happy to be there.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Well, the script for the Nick Cave version of Gladiator II that was, of course, never made does exist online. So you can read it.
Take a gummy, read it.
Yeah, and Nick Cave hated working on it, but it's out there.
Sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a wrap on our thoughts on Gladiator II.
It is. Yeah.
So be sure to check out our regular episodes every other Thursday and follow us at rewindvideopod.com. We will see you next time.
Yeah. Be kind. Recommend.
And hail Satan. Love you, Satan.